All right, so today we're going to dive into Codifica, a company that's really making a name for itself in the AI world.
Yeah, they're doing some really interesting things, especially with their work on AI agents.
For anyone in business these days, keeping up with AI is no joke. It feels like every day there's a new breakthrough.
It's true. And what Codifica is doing is really riding that wave of innovation, especially this shift we're seeing from just basic automation to these super sophisticated AI agents that can learn and adapt.
So they're kind of pushing towards this whole AGI thing, right? Artificial General Intelligence.
Exactly. That's the big goal for them, to create AI that can function at a human level.
Okay, that's a pretty big goal.
Yeah.
So for those of us who maybe aren't AI experts, can you break it down? What exactly are AI agents and what makes them different from just using software to automate stuff?
It's a good question. So think about it like this. You've got your automation, which is like a stand mixer in your kitchen. It does a specific task really well.
But it's not going to bake a cake from scratch.
Right, it's limited. An AI agent is more like having a skilled baker's assistant. Someone who can not only follow your instructions, but also anticipate your needs, adjust based on what they see, and even learn new recipes on their own.
I like that analogy. It really highlights how AI agents are more than just robots. They're more like collaborators in a way.
Yeah.
So what are some of the key capabilities that make these AI agents so different from regular software?
Well, first off, they can perceive their environment. That means they can take in information and understand what's going on around them.
So they're not just blindly following a set of rules. They can actually respond to what's happening in real time.
Exactly. And based on that perception, they can make decisions. They can analyze the situation and choose the best course of action.
So there's a level of intelligence there that goes beyond simple programming.
Right. And they can learn from their experiences, too. So over time, they become more effective and efficient at whatever task they're performing.
So it's not just about programming them with everything they need to know. It's about giving them the ability to learn and improve on their own.
Exactly. And another key capability is autonomy. They can operate without constant human input.
So they're not just waiting for a command. They can actually initiate actions on their own.
Right. They have a certain level of independence. And finally, they're adaptable. So when things change, they can adjust their behavior accordingly.
So they're not thrown off by unexpected situations. They can roll with the punches.
Exactly. And all of these capabilities together are what set AI agents apart from traditional software and what make them so powerful.
So it sounds like Codifica is really positioning itself as a leader in this whole AI agent revolution. Tell me more about their approach and what they're doing to make this technology accessible to businesses.
They've developed something called the Codibot AI platform. It's specifically designed to empower businesses to create and deploy their own custom AI agents.
So it's kind of like a toolkit for building AI agents that are tailored to your specific needs.
Exactly. And it's designed to be really flexible and user-friendly, even for businesses that don't have a team of AI experts on staff.
That's interesting. So can you give us a little more detail about the platform itself? What are some of the key features?
Well, it includes two key pre-built products, the Cody Service Assistant, or CSA, and the Cody Training Assistant, or CTA.
Okay. And what do those do?
The CSA is all about improving customer support. So it offers both web and telephony agents that can handle customer inquiries, provide information, and even make recommendations.
So it's like taking those chatbots we see everywhere to a whole new level.
Exactly. But these are much more sophisticated than basic chatbots. They can learn from each interaction, so they become more effective over time.
And what about the Cody Training Assistant? How does that work?
The CTA is focused on revolutionizing employee training. It can create individual learning plans, automate training tasks, and even track employee progress.
Wow. So it's like having a personalized AI tutor for every employee.
Right. And that can be a game changer for businesses that are looking to upskill their workforce quickly and efficiently.
So we've talked a lot about the platform and the products, but let's shift gears a bit and talk about some real-world applications of this technology.
Yeah.
Where are we actually seeing AI agents making a difference in businesses today?
The potential applications are huge. They span across almost every industry. You can see them being used in healthcare finance, e-commerce, you name it.
So give me some examples. How are AI agents being used in healthcare, say?
They can manage patient records, schedule appointments, provide preliminary health recommendations, even help with diagnosis in some cases.
That's fascinating. So AI is actually starting to play a role in patient care.
It is. And it has the potential to really improve efficiency and outcomes in healthcare.
What about finance? How are AI agents impacting that industry?
They can analyze market trends, execute trades, manage portfolios, all sorts of things.
So they're essentially automating a lot of the tasks that financial professionals used to do.
Right. And in many cases, they can do it faster and more accurately than humans.
And what about industries that are more consumer-facing, like e-commerce, for example?
There, you're seeing AI agents used to personalize the shopping experience. They can recommend products, offer special deals, provide customer support, and even help with things like returns and exchanges.
So it's all about creating a more seamless and enjoyable shopping experience for the customer.
Exactly. And AI agents are playing a big role in that.
It really feels like we're moving towards a world where AI agents are becoming an integral part of how businesses operate. It's pretty exciting to see how this technology is transforming so many different industries.
It is, and Codifica is definitely at the forefront of this transformation. They're providing the tools and resources to empower businesses to create their own intelligent agents.
So they're not just building AI agents themselves, they're helping other businesses do it too.
Exactly. And that's going to be key to driving wider adoption of this technology.
This is all incredibly exciting, but I want to dig a little deeper into what sets Codifica apart. There are a lot of companies working on AI. What makes their approach unique?
Well, one thing is their strong focus on research and development. They have a really impressive team of AI researchers and scientists constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
That's great, but can you give me some concrete examples of how that research focus translates into real-world benefits for businesses using their platform?
Sure. One of the key challenges with AI agents has always been ensuring they're reliable and safe in complex environments. Codifica is investing a lot of resources into tackling these challenges head on.
So they're not just building products, they're investing in the fundamental science that will drive the future of AI. That's a pretty big deal.
It is. And for businesses, it means they can be more confident in using these AI agents, knowing that Codifica is constantly working to make them more robust and reliable.
So they're not just throwing technology over the wall and hoping for the best. They're really thinking about the long-term implications of this technology.
Exactly. And another thing that sets them apart is their commitment to making AI accessible to everyone. They've designed their platform to be incredibly user-friendly.
So a company could potentially start experimenting with and implementing AI agents without needing to become AI experts themselves.
That's the idea. They offer those pre-built solutions we talked about, like the CSA and CTA, that are pretty easy to deploy. They also have an SDK for developers who want to build more customized agents.
So they've got options for businesses of all sizes and technical skill levels.
Exactly. And they're constantly working to make the platform even more user-friendly.
It's smart because a lot of companies are really eager to embrace AI, but they might be intimidated by the technical complexity.
For sure. It's a big hurdle for a lot of businesses. And Codifica is doing a good job of lowering that barrier to entry.
This is all starting to paint a really compelling picture of how Codifica is positioning itself as a leader in this space. But I want to get a little more technical for a minute. What are some of the core technologies that make their Codibot platform so effective at building these autonomous agents?
One of the most important technologies is natural language processing, or NLP. This is what allows their agents to understand and respond to human language in a way that feels really natural and intuitive.
So their agents aren't just responding to keywords or pre-programmed phrases. They can actually understand the meaning behind what people are saying.
Exactly. And that's essential for creating AI agents that can truly collaborate with humans, whether it's helping with customer support, providing training, or offering insights and recommendations.
NLP is definitely a key part of making these agents more relatable and effective in real-world interactions. What other technologies contribute to the power and flexibility of their platform?
Another key area is their work with reinforcement learning. This is a type of machine learning where agents learn through trial and error.
So it's like training a dog with treats and scolding, except for AI agent.
Exactly. The agents receive rewards for positive outcomes and penalties for negative ones. So over time, they learn to make better decisions.
It's a powerful technique, and it's one of the reasons why AI agents are becoming so much more sophisticated.
Definitely, Codifica is really at the forefront of applying these advanced machine learning techniques to the development of AI agents.
It's fascinating to see how they're weaving together all of these different technologies to build a platform that's truly robust and versatile.
And it's clear they're using these advancements strategically to move towards their ultimate goal of AGI. Their commitment to research combined with their practical approach to platform development puts them in a strong position to lead the evolution of intelligent agents.
Well, it's clear that Codifica is doing some truly groundbreaking work in the AI space, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this technology continues to evolve in the years to come. But we'll have to save that for another deep dive.
Agreed. There's a lot more to explore. But for now, I think we've given our listeners a pretty good overview of what Codifica is all about and the potential impact they could have on the future of business.
Absolutely. So for anyone who's interested in learning more about Codifica, I definitely recommend checking out their website and exploring some of their resources.
Great advice. And be sure to keep an eye on this company because they're doing some really exciting things in the world of AI.
I couldn't agree more. All right, thanks for joining us today on this deep dive into Codifica. We'll be back soon with another fascinating exploration of the world of AI and its impact on business.
Looking forward to it. So we've talked about some of the benefits of these AI agents and how Codifica is making them more accessible. But what about the concerns? I mean, one of the things that people always worry about with AI is safety. How can businesses be sure that these AI agents aren't going to malfunction or do something they're not supposed to do?
Yeah, that's a really important question, especially as these agents become more autonomous and start making more decisions on their own. How do we know they're going to make the right decisions?
It's a valid concern, and it's something that Codifica is definitely addressing with their platform. They've built in a lot of safeguards to make sure these AI agents are operating safely and responsibly.
So what kind of safeguards are we talking about? Can you give us some specifics?
Sure. One thing they've done is implement what they call fail-safe mechanisms. So if an agent encounters a situation it can't handle or something unexpected happens, it basically shuts down or goes into a safe mode.
So it's like an emergency brake for AI.
Exactly. It prevents the agent from doing anything that could be harmful or cause problems. And they also have anomaly detection systems that are constantly monitoring the agent's behavior.
So they're looking for any red flags that might indicate the agent is malfunctioning or acting outside of its parameters.
Right. And if they detect something unusual, they can alert a human operator who can then intervene if necessary.
So it's not just about letting these AI agents run wild. It's about having checks and balances in place to make sure they're operating within safe boundaries.
Exactly. And they also give businesses a lot of control over how much autonomy their AI agents have.
So a business could decide, for example, that they want a human to approve any decisions that an agent makes above a certain threshold.
Right. Or they could limit the types of actions that an agent is allowed to take.
That makes a lot of sense. It gives businesses the flexibility to implement AI in a way that feels comfortable for them.
Exactly. It's all about responsible AI development and making sure this technology is used in a way that benefits everyone.
So it sounds like Codifica is taking a really thoughtful approach to safety and really trying to address some of the concerns that people have about AI. It's reassuring to hear that.
Definitely. They're not just focused on the technical side of things, they're also thinking about the ethical implications of this technology.
Well, let's talk about the practical side of things for a minute. For business leaders who are listening to this, how practical is all of this? I mean, do they need to hire a whole team of AI specialists to even begin to implement these agents into their operations?
Not necessarily. One of the great things about Codifica's platform is that it's designed to be user-friendly. Even businesses that don't have a lot of technical expertise in AI can get started.
So you're saying a company could potentially start experimenting with and implementing AI agents without needing to become AI experts themselves?
Exactly. They offer those pre-built agents we talked about, like the Cody Service Assistant and Cody Training Assistant. Those are designed to be pretty easy to deploy. And they can handle a lot of common business tasks right out of the box.
That's great for businesses that are just starting out with AI. It gives them a low-risk way to dip their toes in the water and see how it works.
Right. And then for companies that have more specialized needs or want to build more customized solutions, they have the SDK.
Which is that software development kit we talked about earlier.
Exactly. That gives developers the tools they need to build their own AI agents from scratch or modify the existing ones.
So there's a lot of flexibility there.
There is. And even with the SDK, the platform is designed to make the development process as easy as possible.
It sounds like they've really thought about the different ways that businesses might want to approach AI adoption.
They have. And they're providing the tools and support to make it as easy as possible for businesses to get started.
So it's not about dictating how businesses should use AI. It's about giving them the power to use it in a way that makes sense for them.
Exactly. And that's really important because every business is different and has its own unique needs.
This is all starting to sound really futuristic. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the broader implications of this whole AI agent revolution. One of the things I'm really fascinated by is how this is changing the relationship between humans and technology. I mean, for so long, we thought of technology as a tool that we use to do things. But with AI agents, it feels like technology is becoming more of a collaborator.
It's true. It's not just about us giving commands to machines anymore. It's about machines working alongside us, learning from us, and even anticipating our needs.
There's a pretty big shift in how we think about technology.
It is, and it has a lot of implications for the future of work.
Like what?
Well, as AI agents become more capable, they're going to be able to handle more and more of the tasks that humans currently do. And that's naturally going to lead to some concerns about job displacement.
Yeah, that's the big question everyone's asking. Will robots take our jobs?
It's a valid concern. But I think it's important to remember that technology has always disrupted the job market. And while some jobs have been lost, new ones have always emerged.
So you're saying it's not necessarily about AI taking our jobs, it's about AI changing the nature of work.
Exactly. And I think the key is to focus on developing the skills that will be most valuable in an AI-driven world. Skills like critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, emotional intelligence.
Those are the skills that are really hard to automate.
They are. And they're the skills that will allow us to work effectively alongside AI agents to leverage their strengths while also bringing our own unique human capabilities to the table.
So it's not about humans versus machines. It's about humans and machines working together.
Exactly. And I think when we can achieve that kind of collaboration, we can really unlock the full potential of AI to improve our lives and make the world a better place.
That's a really optimistic perspective and one that I think we need to hear more of. I think there's a lot of fear and anxiety around AI, and it's important to remember that this technology can be a force for good if we use it wisely.
Absolutely. It all comes down to how we choose to develop and implement this technology.
Well, let's shift gears again and talk about some practical advice for businesses that are just starting to explore the world of AI agents. What are some key things they should be thinking about?
I think the most important thing is to start with a clear understanding of what you want to achieve with AI. What are the specific challenges or opportunities that you're hoping to address?
So don't just jump on the AI bandwagon because it's trendy. Have a clear purpose in mind.
Exactly. And once you've identified those use cases, then you can start evaluating the different AI solutions that are available.
Don't just go with the first vendor you come across.
Right. Do
Yeah.
your research. Understand the strengths and weaknesses of each platform, and choose the one that's the best fit for your needs.
And what about the technical side of things? What are some key technical considerations that businesses should keep in mind?
Well, one thing is the level of technical expertise you have in-house. If you have a team of experienced AI developers, you might be comfortable building custom AI agents from scratch. But if not, you might want to start with a platform that offers pre-built solutions or provides more support for development.
So know your limitations and choose a solution that matches your capabilities.
Right. And another important factor is scalability. You want to make sure that the AI platform you choose can grow with your business. Make sure it can handle large data sets, support multiple users, and integrate with your existing systems.
So think long term and don't get stuck with a solution that's going to limit your growth down the road.
Exactly. And of course, security is always a major consideration. You're going to be trusting this AI platform with sensitive data, so make sure it has robust security measures in place to protect that data from unauthorized access.
Data breaches are a huge problem these days, and you don't want to become another statistic.
Definitely, AI security is something that businesses need to take very seriously.
It sounds like there's a lot to think about when it comes to implementing AI agents. But it also sounds like there's a lot of potential for businesses that are willing to embrace this technology.
There is. And I think we're really just at the beginning of this AI revolution. There's so much more to come, and I'm excited to see how businesses continue to innovate and find new ways to leverage this technology.
Me too. It's a really exciting time to be involved in this space.
Yeah.
And I think businesses that are proactive and start exploring these possibilities now are going to be the ones that reap the biggest rewards in the long run.
I agree. It's all about being ahead of the curve and staying ahead of the competition.
All right, well, we've covered a lot of ground in this segment, but I think we have time for one more topic before we wrap up. What are some of the other companies or organizations that are making waves in the AI agent space? I mean, Codifica is clearly a major player, but they're not the only ones out there.
That's right. There are a lot of other companies doing impressive work in this field. Some of the big tech giants like Google, Microsoft, Amazon are all investing heavily in AI research and development, including AI agent technologies.
So Codifica is up against some pretty stiff competition. What do you think sets them apart from these other companies? What are their key strengths?
Well, one thing is their laser focus on AI agents. While those big tech companies are involved in a wide range of AI projects, Codifica's entire business is built around AI agents.
So they have a depth of expertise that's hard to match.
Exactly. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They're focused on doing one thing really well, and that gives them a real competitive advantage.
Makes sense. What else?
Another strength is their track record of innovation. They're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible, with AI agents developing new algorithms, new architectures, new applications. They're really at the forefront of the field.
So they're not just resting on their laurels. They're constantly trying to improve and stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's essential in a field that's evolving as rapidly as AI.
Well, let's talk about their business model for a minute. How do they actually make money?
Their primary revenue stream comes from licensing their platform to businesses. So they charge businesses a fee to use the Codibot platform and all of its tools and features.
So they're basically selling businesses the tools to build and deploy their own AI agents.
Right. And they offer different licensing options to accommodate businesses of different sizes and needs.
So there's a plan for everyone.
Exactly. And they also offer professional services to help businesses implement and integrate the platform into their operations.
That's a good way to build long-term relationships with their customers and make sure they're getting the most out of the platform.
Definitely. It's all about providing a comprehensive solution and helping businesses succeed with AI.
It sounds like they have a really solid business model and one that's well-positioned for growth as the adoption of AI agents continues to accelerate.
I agree. They seem to have a good grasp of the market and the needs of their customers.
This has been a really interesting look at Codifica and their work in the AI agent space. It's clear they're a company to watch, and I'm excited to see what they do next.
Me too. They're definitely one of the most innovative companies in the AI space right now.
Well, before we wrap up, let's talk about their long-term vision.
Yeah.
Where do they see themselves going in the future?
Their ultimate goal is to create AI agents that can think and reason at a human level. They want to achieve what's known as artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
That's a pretty ambitious goal.
It is, but it's one that they're very serious about. They believe that AGI has the potential to solve some of the world's most pressing problems, and they want to be at the forefront of that movement.
It's an inspiring vision and one that I think a lot of people share. Yeah. I think we all want to see AI used to make the world a better place.
Definitely. And Codifica seems to be committed to using their technology for good.
Well, let's bring it back to the present for a moment. For business leaders who are listening to this, what's the one key takeaway they should leave with? What's the most important thing they can do today to prepare for this future where AI agents are the norm?
I think the most important thing is to start educating yourself about AI and its potential impact on your business. Don't wait until it's too late to start thinking about how this technology could transform your industry and your company.
So don't bury your head in the sand. Start learning about AI now.
Exactly. And once you have a basic understanding of AI, start thinking about how AI agents could be used to improve your operations, enhance your products or services, create new value for your customers.
It's all about being proactive and embracing the potential of this technology.
Right? Don't be afraid to experiment. Start small with a pilot project or two. See how AI agents can be integrated into your existing workflows.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone. There are companies like Codifica that can help you get started and guide you along the way.
Exactly. The key is to be proactive, embrace the potential of AI, and start building the future you want to see.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of AI agents to the future of work, from the ethical considerations to the potential for social good.
And we've seen how Codifica is at the forefront of this AI revolution, developing cutting-edge technology while also prioritizing ethical considerations and social impact.
It's been a really enlightening conversation, but I think it's time to wrap up this segment. We'll be back soon with more insights into the world of AI and its impact on business.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's really incredible to think about all the potential applications for these AI agents. But you know, as with any new technology, there are always going to be some bumps in the road. So what are some of the challenges that Codifica or any company working in this space might face as they continue to develop these AI agents?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is just the sheer complexity of building truly autonomous agents. I mean, think about it. We're talking about creating systems that can operate in the real world, which is messy and unpredictable, and make decisions that could have real-world consequences.
Yeah, it's one thing to build an AI that can play a game of chess or write a poem, but it's a whole other ballgame to build an AI that can navigate the complexities of, say, running a business or providing healthcare.
Exactly. And beyond the technical challenges, there are the ethical considerations too. As we give these agents more autonomy, we need to make sure they're being used responsibly and ethically. We need to think about the potential consequences of their actions and put safeguards in place to prevent any unintended harm.
It's a good reminder that technological innovation shouldn't just be about pushing the limits of what's possible.
Yeah.
We also need to be thinking about the impact that technology has on society and making sure it's being used for good.
Absolutely. It's about finding that balance between progress and responsibility.
Well said. So let's zoom out for a minute and talk about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
How do you see Codifica's work fitting into the broader evolution of AI, particularly this ambition they have to achieve AGI?
I think Codifica's focus on developing increasingly sophisticated and autonomous AI agents could be a really important step on the path to AGI. I mean, if you think about it, AGI is all about creating machines that can think and reason like humans.
Right, and that's a pretty tall order.
It is. But by building agents that can learn, adapt, and make decisions in complex environments, Codifica is essentially laying the groundwork for those more general-purpose AI systems that could one day achieve AGI.
So their work with agents isn't just about solving specific business problems today. It's about contributing to this larger quest for true artificial intelligence.
Exactly. It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI and helping us get closer to that ultimate goal of creating machines that can truly think like humans.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities, but it also raises some big questions about what a future with AGI might look like. What happens when machines become as intelligent as we are?
That's a question that philosophers and scientists have been debating for decades, and one that we're probably going to be grappling with for many years to come.
It's definitely a topic that deserves a deep dive of its own. But for now, let's bring it back to our listeners who are in the business world trying to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
What's the one key takeaway for them? What should they be doing today to prepare for this future where AI agents are not just a novelty, but a core part of doing business?
I think the most important thing is to start exploring the potential of AI agents now. Don't wait for AGI to arrive before you start thinking about how this technology can transform your business. There are already so many practical applications available today, and the sooner you start experimenting, the better.
But don't be afraid to dive in and start learning.
Exactly. Familiarize yourself with the basic concepts, the different types of agents, the potential applications in your industry, and then start looking at what companies like Codifica are doing. Explore their platform, look at the case studies, and see how their solutions might be applicable to your own business.
It's about being proactive and not letting yourself fall behind the curve.
Exactly. The future of AI is moving fast, and the businesses that embrace it are going to be the ones that thrive.
Well, this has been a fascinating conversation about AI agents and the incredible work that Codifica is doing in this space. It's clear that this technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we do business, and it's exciting to see companies like Codifica leading the charge.
I couldn't agree more. And I think we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with AI agents. The next few years are going to be really interesting.
Absolutely. So to our listeners, we encourage you to continue exploring this exciting field. Stay curious, stay informed, and don't be afraid to experiment. The future of AI is full of possibilities, and those who embrace it will be the ones who shape that future.
Well said. That's a great note to end on.
Thanks for joining us today. It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
The pleasure was all mine.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning into the Deep Dive. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of technology and innovation.